I visited Krakow, Poland for 36 hours, went to 6 tourist attractions, ate at 2 restaurants, and this is how much I spent. Hey YouTube viewers, welcome back to my channel. If you've been following my travel videos, you'll know that I went on a 2-week backpacking trip to Central Europe. We are now on video 3 of my trip. Today, I'm going to talk to you about a city I visited in Poland called Krakow. If you're about to visit Krakow and would like to learn more about the city, you've come to the right place. Stay tuned and I'll share with you all the details about my trip to Krakow. In this video, I'll be discussing the following things: places I visited, food, accommodations, and how much I spent. Before we begin, I would really appreciate it if you could support my channel by giving this video a like, leaving a comment below, and hitting the subscribe button. Let's get started. Places I visited. The first place I went to was the Wawel Cathedral. The Wawel Cathedral is definitely a place to visit because of its rich history, remarkable architecture, and cultural significance. As the burial site of Polish kings, national heroes, and saints, it provides a deep connection to the country's heritage. The cathedral features beautiful Gothic, Romanesque, and Renaissance elements, including the iconic Sigismund bell and the royal tombs. When you visit, you can explore the impressive chapels, climb the bell tower for panoramic views of the city, and experience the spiritual and historical heart of Poland. Wawel Cathedral is not only a religious site, but it's also a symbol of Poland's past and pride. Next, I walked to Rynek Główny. Rynek Główny is the heart of Krakow and is also known as the main market square. It is a vibrant hub filled with history, culture, and architecture. As one of Europe's largest medieval town squares, this place is home to many historical landmarks, including the Cloth Hall, St. Mary's Basilica, and a number of cafes, restaurants, and shops. The square often has street performers, markets, and events going on, making it the perfect place to soak in the city's atmosphere. Inside Rynek Główny, you can visit St. Mary's Basilica. St. Mary's Basilica is a must-see destination for tourists because of its intricate Gothic design and its magnificent altarpiece. The altarpiece was created by Veit Stoss, and today is still viewed as one of the largest and most impressive of its kind in Europe. If you wait long enough, you can hear the famous trumpet call, the Hejnal Mariaki, played every hour from the tower, and enjoy panoramic views of the city from above. Not too far away from St. Mary's Basilica is the Cloth Hall, also known as Sukinica. Built in the 14th century, Sukinica is one of the oldest and most beautiful trading halls in Europe. Its grand Renaissance architecture stands proudly in the heart of the main market square, offering a perfect blend of history, culture, and shopping. Here, you'll find a wide range of traditional Polish goods, from handcrafted amber jewelry to intricate textiles. It's the perfect place to pick up a unique souvenir while supporting local artisans. Just a few minutes down the street from Rynek Główny, you can find yourself in front of St. Florian's Gate. As the main entrance to the medieval old town, it stands as one of the few remaining pieces of the city's original fortifications. Built in the 14th century, the gate is a symbol of Krakow's resilience and medieval heritage. While you're there, you can admire the gate's Gothic design, the iconic tower, and the impressive statue of St. Florian, the city's patron saint. St. Florian's Gate is also a starting point for exploring the royal route, which leads through the heart of the city to Wawel Hill. The last place I visited during my short stay in Krakow was Krakow Barbican. Krakow Barbican is a medieval fortress built in the late 15th century and once served as a defensive structure protecting the city from invaders. Its impressive circular design, surrounded by a moat and thick defensive walls, makes it one of the best preserved examples of military architecture in Europe. At the site, you can explore the crenellated walls, watchtowers, and the nearby Planty Park, which encircles the old town. Food. While I was in Krakow, I went out to eat 2 times, once for brunch and once for dinner. For brunch, I went to Restauracja Smakołyki. Just outside of Krakow Old Town, this place has a pretty decent selection of breakfast food, and it was quite filling. I ordered the Krakow breakfast with tea, and I really enjoyed it. It was healthy and delicious, and it only cost me 35 zloty, which is about 12 Canadian. For dinner, I went to a highly recommended restaurant on TripAdvisor called Bar Smack. Out of all the meals I had on this trip, this was one of the better ones, and it wasn't expensive either. When I was at the restaurant, I sat beside a local who spoke English, and she told me she comes to this restaurant every night for dinner because of its delicious food and affordable prices. I ended up ordering a dish called roast pork in a sauce with groats and red beet salad, and it was amazing. The portion was huge, and the quality of the food tasted almost like a home-cooked meal. In total, it cost me 40 zloty, which is about 13 Canadian for food and a drink. If I ever come back to Krakow again, I would definitely go back to this restaurant. Accommodations. I stayed in an 8-bed female dormitory at a hostel called Lemon Tree Hostel in Krakow for one night, and it cost me $17.08. I would give this hostel a rating of 7 out of 10. It was clean and the service was acceptable. However, some of the hostel guests were not travelers. They seemed like they were locals living at the hostel for long term because they can't afford rent anywhere else. On top of that, the hostel was actually a large suite inside a residential building. The owners of the place probably did some renovations to accommodate large numbers of guests. Personally, I'm a firm believer in you get what you paid for. I thought my experience at the hostel was acceptable given how much I paid to stay there. How much I spent. So this is how much I spent in Krakow. $0 on tourist attractions, 75 zloty, which is about 25 Canadian on food, $17.08 Canadian on accommodations, and because I walked everywhere, $0 on public transportation. In total, I spent $42.08 Canadian for my 36-hour stay in Krakow. And that's a wrap. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions about Krakow, please feel free to leave a comment below. Also, if you like my content, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. See you next time!